relay some facts,
whether they're new or antique.
so just sit back and relax.
It's time for What's Up This Week.
Hi everyone! Welcome to What's Up This Week, your weekly dose of history, facts, and trivia from University Branch Library. This week we're remembering a great day in Houston's history, the opening of the eighth wonder of the world, the Astrodome, on April 9th, 1965. Conceived by former county judge and mayor of Houston, Roy Mark Hofheinz, it was the world's premier multi-purpose domed sports stadium, and it is a prime example of late modernist architecture. Its scoreboard, called the Astrolight, was 4 stories high and made up of thousands of light bulbs. It was the first of its kind, featuring numerous animations that would be displayed every time the Astros hit a home run. It was also the first major stadium to install artificial turf, which became known as AstroTurf. The Astrodome was home of the Astros, the Oilers, and the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo for different spans of time in its history. It was also a concert venue where artists such as the Jacksons, Elvis Presley, Madonna, Pink Floyd, the Rolling Stones, and many more played to massive crowds. It's where Selena performed to a record-breaking, sold-out concert in 1995, just weeks before her death. On September 20th, 1973, the Battle of the Sexes tennis match between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs was held at the Houston Astrodome. With a winner-take-all prize of $100,000, the tennis match was watched by an estimated 50 million in the United States and 90 million worldwide. The Astrodome officially closed in 2008 because of numerous code violations. Since then, there have been many failed plans to convert the space into something new. It was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 2014, and in 2018 it received a Texas State Historical Marker. More recently, Harris County Commissioners have been actively seeking the ideas, opinions, and wishes of the citizens about what to do with this monumental structure. If you want to learn more about the Astrodome's creation and history, we've got a few items that you can check out. Okay, Kim, what have you got for us this week?
Hi everyone! We're kicking off Jazz Appreciation Month by celebrating the birthday of legendary jazz singer Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday, or Lady Day as she was nicknamed, was born on April 7th, 1915. After a rocky childhood, Holiday started her career as a nightclub singer in Harlem, New York. In 1935, she signed her first record contract. She saw much success in the 1930s and 40s, recording such hits as What a Little Midnight Can Do, Summertime, They Can't Take That Away From Me, and Strange Fruit. Strange Fruit is one of her more well-known songs, but it's her most controversial song as well. Its lyrics come from a poem that protests the lynching of Black Americans. Some have called the song the beginning of the Civil Rights Movement. In 1939, she had trouble finding anyone to record it since it was such a contentious topic. That same year, the Federal Bureau of Narcotics warned Holiday to never sing the song again, but she refused. The head of that agency made it his mission in life to take her down, pursuing her until her death. Though she attained much success in her career, Holiday's personal life was quite tragic. She was abused as a child and suffered drug and alcohol addiction through much of her adult life. Towards the end of her life, she was swindled out of all of her earnings and died with just 70 cents in the bank. Billie Holiday passed away from cirrhosis in July of 1959 at just 44 years of age. She did earn some awards during her lifetime, but her posthumous awards include 23 Grammy nominations and induction into both the Grammy Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's safe to say that during her short life, she made quite the impact on jazz and pop music. The Billie Holiday Monument was erected in honor of her in Baltimore, Maryland, where she grew up. To learn more about the First Lady of Blues, you can check out books about her life. We also have the Ken Burns Jazz Documentary Series if you want to dive into the history of this music genre. Billie Holiday's albums are available to listen to in CD format or in streaming format via the Hoopla app. Alright Megan, what weird thing do you have for us this week?
Hi there! This week's weird thing is that April 7th is National Walking Day. This holiday is observed every year on the first Wednesday in April, and it's super easy to celebrate. All you have to do is go for a walk. Did you know that walking for 30 to 60 minutes every day can improve your health and reduce your risk of getting diabetes, cancer, and heart disease? Walking is one of my favorite fitness activities, so let's talk for a minute about the history of walking for sport and exercise. Human beings have always been walkers, but it wasn't until the 1700s when we started walking for sport. Pedestrianism became a fad in the Victorian era, and it was actually a major spectator sport, at least until baseball came around. People would place bets on walkers, who could walk the fastest, the furthest, or with the best gait. Pedestrianism led to race walking, which is still an Olympic sport, and you can check it out during this summer's Olympic Games. You've probably heard of a pedometer before, a device that measures the number of steps a person takes and the distance that they walk. Leonardo da Vinci imagined a pedometer-like device, but it doesn't seem that he actually followed through with creating his design. It's unclear who invented the first working pedometer and when, but there are several theories. And pedometers have come a long way in recent history. Nowadays, people who want to track their steps typically do so with a smartwatch, which all come with built-in pedometer apps. To celebrate National Walking Day, you can go for a walk, challenge your friends to a race walk, or check out some books from your local library about the art and sport of walking. Happy National Walking Day to everyone out there, and be sure to join us again next week for more facts and trivia from University Branch Library.